We will be discussing today operations on functions. Okay, so let me have this in slideshow so you can see clearly what we are going to discuss. Let's start with addition of functions. In addition of functions, you can have two or more functions that be added. By this time, let's focus on two functions only, f and g. These are the defined functions here, f and g. So to get their sum, it will be denoted by the symbol f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. In subtracting two functions, we will consider the same thing, f and g functions. And in looking at their difference, we will have to use this notation. F minus g of x is equal to f of x minus g of x. In multiplication of functions, taking two functions f and g, it will be denoted by f dot g, but this will be read as f times g. Furthermore, we will have this notation to denote the multiplication of functions. F times g of x is equal to f of x times g of x. In division of functions, let's have f and g be the functions again. So this f slash g is just the notation for f divided by g. The f divided by g of x is equal to f of x divided by g of x, excluding the values of x where g of x is equal to 0. Okay, let's have examples here. Given functions are f of x, g of x, and h of x. Your f of x is equal to x plus 5. Your g of x is equal to 2x minus 1. And your h of x is equal to 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. You will be solving this time letter A, the sum of the two functions, letter B, the difference of the two functions, letter C, the product of the two functions, and division of the two functions. And we still have to solve for the f plus g of 3. Another thing that you'll have to solve, again, I am using 3 as to be substituted in the resulting function after you subtract in f, in letter f. And in letter g, after you take the product of the two functions, you'll have to find its specific value when x is equal to 3. And lastly, when you will be dividing h divided by g of x, you will have to find specific value of the function of the resulting function when your x is 3. Okay, let's have the solution. Given here the functions, well, I have already mentioned this. I am just writing it again. So we will be solving letter A, f plus g of x. So our notation says that f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. We take the f of x, we add the f of x with the function g of x. So your f of x is x plus 5 and your g of x is 2x minus 1. And with that, we will have to combine like terms such that x and 2x are of the same term. So we will have to add this, that gives us 3x. And 5 and negative 1 are of the same terms. They are like terms, so we need to add 5 with negative 1. The resulting function is 4. So that is why your resulting function now, after you add the two functions, f of x and g of x, is 3x plus 4. Let's proceed to the second function. You will have f minus g of x. So to find its answer, you'll have to take f of x, copy x plus 5, copy the minus sign, and then copy the given function for g of x, which is 2x minus 1. With this, you need to distribute first the minus sign in the function g of x to have its resulting function. Okay, so what will be the resulting function? The resulting expression after we distribute the minus sign to the function g of x. It will give you negative distributed to positive 2x will be negative 2x, and negative distributed to negative 1 will be positive 1. This is just the same. This is following the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Okay, with this we can now freely combine like terms and add like terms. So with x and negative 2x, it will give you negative x, right? And 5 added to positive 1 will give you positive 6. So our f minus g of x will give us its final answer, negative x plus 6. Okay, letter C. Let's proceed. How will we solve this one? the f times g of x. So same thing, we will copy the function f of x, x plus 5, and the function g of x, which is 2x minus 1. You have here the operation is dot, that means you will have to multiply. And in following the multiplication process, can you still remember the FOIL method? The outer or FOIL, we need to have first, you have first terms, you have x times 2x is 2x squared. Outer, you'll have x times negative 1 is negative x. The inner, or 5 times 2x is 10x. And the outer is 5, the last is 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. But how come we have 9x here? Remember that you have negative x as the resulting product for x and negative 1, and you have 10x for 5 and 2x. So we can add the two terms, so that will give you 9x. With this, this will give us our final answer for the product of f and g of x. Okay, let's continue. Letter D, h over g of x. So we will be using the given notation. H of x is divided by g of x. We copy h of x, that is 2x squared plus 9x minus 5, and divided with the g of x. Copy the g of x, 2x minus 1. So when we factor out 2x squared plus 9x minus 5, it will result to x plus 5 and the quantity 2x minus 1. We copy again as a denominator 2x minus 1. To continue, you have factors which are of the same expression, so we can cancel this because this will give us 1. When 2x minus 1 divided by 2x minus 1, it will result to 1. So that means our final answer will be x plus 5. Okay, continue. Let's have letter E. Let's specifically solve for the value of the resulting function when your x is 3. That is how to do it. This is now how we will do it. This way, you can solve separately f of 3 and g of 3. That is, you substitute 3 to the function f and 3 to the function g of x. That is, instead of having x plus 5 in your function f of x, you'll have to do it with 3 plus 5, gives you 8. In g of x, your function is 2x minus 1. And if you will be solving g of 3, that is, you change x with 3. Okay, so that is 2 times, instead of x, you'll have to write 3 minus 1. And the product of 2 and 3 is 6, subtracted by 1 is 5. Therefore, your final answer for f plus g of 3 is 13, because you'll have to add 8 and 5, that gives you 13. What about f minus g of 3? So we solved already f of 3, that is 8, subtracted with g of 3, that is 5. The resulting specific value of subtracting f and g of with the specific value 3 is equal to 3. We have an alternative solution to this. You can have f minus g of x, which gives us the answer as negative x plus 6, right? Earlier, we solved this one. It's just to substitute x with 3 from the resulting function negative x plus 6. So that is why you'll have your answer 3, which is the same as solving separately your f of g and f of 3 and g of 3. Let's proceed in letter G. The product of f of g of 3. To find its answer, you can have specific value of f of 3 and specific value of g of 3, which we solved earlier. That is 8 times 5 is 40. Or you can have the alternative solution. We already have solved the f of g of x, which is 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. We solved this earlier. And if you wanted to substitute your 3 to the product of f and g, that is, you change x to 3 and then copy squared plus 9 and then change x to 3 and then minus 5. You copy the expression or the function, but your x would be substituted now with 3. So that's 3 squared, that means 9. And 9 times 3 is 27, minus 5 again. So 2 times 9 is 18 plus 27 minus 5. you can have its resulting number as 40, which is the same as what we have solved earlier, 40. Next, let's have h. F over g of 3. Let's have the resulting function, the given function of h of x, 2x squared plus 9x minus 5, and the g of x, 2x minus 1. So instead of 2x squared, you'll have 2 times 3 squared plus 9 times 3 minus 5, which is 40. The g of x, which is 2x minus 1, that is 5. 40 over 5 is equal to 8. Okay, let's move further. An alternative solution, that is, you divide 2x squared plus 9x minus 5 with g 2x minus 1 is x plus 5. So with that, specifically when we change this should be 3. Okay, so h of g of 3 is equal to 3. So can I change that to 3? Wait, so that should be 3. This must be 3. Okay, instead of x. Okay, let's continue. So instead of x, you'll have 3 and then add it to 5, and that gives you 8.